Good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm up, I've got dressed, my son's just left for school. So I'm going to get on with tidying up a little bit in the kitchen. Jackson down here, you can't quite see him, maybe a tip of an ear. He needs to have his medicine because he was castrated on Friday, so he's missing 2 of his friends. And then while I'm doing that, I can talk you through what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I'm just going to shut the back door. I've worked out a little bit, I think, about backlight. Who knew? But I'm hoping now I understand the concept of backlight, that we won't end up with really dark, weirdly filmed thing. Because when I was playing it back, I was like, it does actually look grainy, and I was trying to work out the resolution, and then my daughter very helpfully said, no mum, it's the light. We have quite a dark house. It's north facing, so it's dark most of the time. Anyway, hopefully I've figured that out. So I'm going to give him his medicine. It's his last day of medicine. Run out of the meat he'd normally have, so you're going to have it in tuna, mate, which isn't a bad deal, is it? Huh? So today, what am I doing today? It's a Tuesday. I normally work in my office in Tuesday, but I've had a couple of clients that are moving over onto Zoom. You see me over there? That are moving onto Zoom today. So that works out quite well because I actually need to pick up the food shop. That's the plan really. I'm going to unload and reload the dishwasher, which is over here. You can't see that. Again, I've put you somewhere where I think you had a bit more light. I know, it's coming. But I appreciate you can't really see everything. Maybe that's something else to work on, is the angles. And I hope you can hear me all the way over there. Otherwise I'm just talking into the void. Okay, are you getting ready? Are you getting ready? And I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'm going to have to show you. He really got distressed with the cone. So he had the operation on Friday, came back Friday night, he had the cone. I'm not going to get it out and show you right now because it will terrify him. He had a really bad night. He was really distressed. He couldn't settle, hated having it on. My husband stayed downstairs with him. So he wasn't on his own because he was really, still coming around from the general. So we were like, well, we can't have that. What are we going to do? So we decided to try and make him a pair of pants because we didn't really want to spend 25 odd pounds on a vest type thing, which he would probably hate anyway. So we were like, let's just try and see if we can kind of fashion him some pants to stop him licking his wound. And I'm glad we did because it actually worked. It looks ridiculous. I can't quite take you seriously, Jackson. It looks ridiculous, but it works. And if it works, it's not ridiculous. Right, are you ready? Go and put it down. I know you can't see him. You can't see how impeccably trained he is. Wait. Wait. Go. Yeah, see if I can, so you can see him with his very special pants on. Look at it. Hilarious. So yeah, so I'm going to just get this cleaned up. And then I'm going to take him round for a just 5-minute walk. He's not allowed to go very far, obviously, because of stretching the stitches on his wound. So we're just going to go for a 5-minute walk just to really see if he needs the toilet, come back, and then he's doing pretty well. He's actually eating it. I was a bit, he's eating it. Those pants are amazing. See if we can, see if we can get him to go to the toilet, then come back. Then I'm going to go down to my office. Hey, was that nice? Jax, is that nice? Did you eat it all? Come here. You're so mad at me about the pants. He's really mad. He does not like them at all. Yeah, come back, then I go down to work in my office in my garden, do the Zoom calls. Do you need to go out? Do you want to go out? Not out, out, like garden out. Do you want the garden? Come then. Let me in the garden. Do some bits around the house, do some stuff on my laptop. No, that's not what I'm doing. I have to finish my work, then go pick up the food shop. I definitely, hey, sorry, it's too tempting, eh? Then go get the food shop. Good job I have that in the right order, that would be embarrassing. Then I come back, put it all away, and then take him back out again, have something to eat myself, and then it will be a case of just getting ready to go up to work in my office for the clients that I have this evening. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm tidying this up. So let me show you. It's pretty messy. I finished work last night at 8 o'clock, and I kind of get in and I just want to have something to eat, and I'm a 9 p.m. bedtime person, so it is a case of get in, have something to eat and go straight to bed. So I'm going to come and deal with that. I think you might want to go somewhere first, so I think we're going to take him first, and then I'll be back in a bit. You alright? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Hello, we are back. We've tried a different camera placement. See how that goes. The light doesn't look too bad. We're back. We were out for about 15 minutes. He really wants to go longer, but we can't. We just can't risk him damaging his stitches, but he's a German Shepherd. He isn't built for just having little wanders for 10-15 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is he's finished it. He has beef hide chews, which take him quite a bit of work to be able to chew, and that keeps him entertained. So we've kind of got him some of those, knowing he couldn't have proper walks to help with the boredom, because when German Shepherds get bored, they get naughty. So, and loud, very loud, and he needs no help in that department. So I think what I'm going to do for a little bit of, what's the word they call it? What is it they call it? I don't know, that word's escaped me. I'm going to cut up a carrot, and then I'm going to go and hide it around the garden, so he has to do some brain work and sniff it out. It's not too, much of an exertion of his energy. He's not running around, but it means that sniffing is really good for them. See, camera, move it around here. So I'm gonna put some of these around the garden. He's gonna come wandering in a minute. And then he can find them, and that just keeps his brain a bit busy. Sniffing uses loads of energy. Oh, I'm up here. Sniffing uses loads of energy, so he can go around, sniff those out, and although we can't walk with him, that does provide him with maybe about sort of 10-15 minutes worth of more exercise. And he loves carrots. He absolutely loves them. He will do anything for a carrot. So, oh, I dropped one. It's your lucky day. So let's go hide these around for him. finished in the garden. He's laying down here. He's supervised, so he's not going to have his pants on. Not just yet. I'm going to keep them off for a little while I'm with you. I'm going to have a hot coffee because it's not actually that warm out there. We've had a heat wave, but we're right on the coast, and so we're always cooler, which I'm not complaining about at all. Yeah, today's cooler. I took him out, and that was the first time it's like, oh, you know, actually need a jumper. So I think I'm going to have a hot coffee today to make a change with one sweetener. Let's get that on, and then I'm going to tell you a bit about why he's had the operation he's had. So, he's been castrated earlier than we would want him to be castrated. We were going to do it when he was older because we know that dogs, once they get older, they are more at risk of prostate cancer, and so it was something we were always going to do. We didn't do it when he was younger because we had no real reason to. We didn't have any behaviour issues, we didn't have anything peeing in the house, like aggression. We had nothing like that, so we didn't really see the benefit of taking them away. But this has all come about over a year-long process that has been very expensive, incredibly expensive, which makes me really grateful for the NHS, because my God, if we had to pay for everything that, you know, every service that we use, we paid for the ultrasound, for what an ultrasound costs, we paid the price of the actual medication rather than a subsidised prescription cost. It's crazy. So he's had UTI issues, if you can hear me. Probably not the best way to do that. He's had UTI issues for the past year, which has meant he's been perfectly fine in himself. He hasn't seemed like there's anything wrong with him, but he has been dripping blood on the floor here and there, and then you notice it in his urine every now and again. And when the vet has asked us to take a urine sample, they've always come back and said he has a UTI, which isn't cheap. It's £140 just for the sample, for them to run the sample. Then it's around £30 for the antibiotics, and then he has painkillers as well. So it's about a £200 thing. And then at the end of the course of treatment, they then want to do another test, again, to make sure that everything is cleared up and the infection's gone. So then there's another £140. So it gets really expensive. And we have insurance, so I am extremely grateful for having insurance and feel very fortunate not only to have insurance, but to be in the position that even when that ran out, because it did run out, the per condition, we have been able to fund finding out what's wrong with him and hopefully help treat it. I'm just going to warm up my milk. You see, I cannot do the art. I've tried, I can't do it. Too hard. So where do we get to? Yes, so we were going back and forth. Then they were like, you know, this seems really strange why he keeps getting, because we were on about one a month. And they said, let's do a X-ray to make sure there's no kidney stones, because that's what initially they were worried about. So they did that. That came back as no kidney stones. They took some bloods. His bloods were all fine. Then another course of antibiotics. That didn't seem to make any difference. And then they started talking to the Royal Veterinary College up in London, I believe. They were sort of liaising with them, and then there was a talk about us having to take him up there to go and get him scanned up there an ultrasound and to see their specialist, which, I mean, at that point it started to feel quite scary, you know, it started to feel like, oh God, what's going on? And also the cost as well, like how are we going to get him into central London and go and get him examined? I mean, we can't do public transport with him, he is not built for public transport, he's never been on public transport because where we live there's no need for that. If we lived in London he might be used to it. So that was a bit of a worry. I'll take a sip. Then they decided what they were going to do is just they were going to liaise with the specialist. He was then going to say what needed to be done here to avoid us going up there. So that's when they talked about doing an ultrasound and the price of an ultrasound, and they took a biopsy of his prostate. And what else did they do? A culture of his urine, like a clean culture. £1,700. Crazy, you know, that's what I'm saying about the NHS, and you know, we can all moan about it, but if we were paying these prices for these treatments and investigations, it's a lot of money, you know. Came back from the ultrasound saying that he has these little black dots in his prostate which indicate they're little pockets of fluid, and he has an infection, which I was thinking, we are so lucky he hasn't had sepsis, because this has been going on for a year. And we're lucky this didn't turn to sepsis if he has an infection for this long and it hasn't been picked up. So they sent that way. They came back with a diagnosis. I can't remember the name of it. It was very long words. But they, no licking, good boy. They came back with a diagnosis and they said, really the best thing to do to try and prevent this coming back is to just castrate him. So that's what we did, and we're just hoping that that resolves the problem, really. They've said that they want to do a couple of checks afterwards to make sure that it did fix the problem, and that's where we're struggling a little bit, because we're like, well, that bill comes to 100, as if 1,200 to do the checks to just make sure that they resolve the issue. And this is where it's so heartbreaking, because we have been able to afford to do it, and we could afford to do it, but I don't know what happens to the families that can't. You know, that must be heartbreaking to, you know, because he's not any different, he's his normal self, and to know that you couldn't do anything and you would watch him deteriorate without being able to do anything must be heartbreaking. But what we've decided to do, we said we could spend the 1,200 on having the checks, see if this has worked, but ultimately over the last year we've known when something hasn't worked because he starts dripping blood again. So we thought what we'd rather do at this point, because I think we're up to about £5,000 that we've spent, and do you draw that line? So what we've decided to do, if this hasn't worked, we're going to hope for the best. If this hasn't worked, it will present itself, because we will start to see the drops of blood on the floor again. And if that then is the case, we could use that as treatment. If it hasn't, that's £1,200 towards trying something else. So that's the decision we've made. It's not been an easy decision. It's been a really, really stressful, actually, few weeks. I mean, really, it's been a stressful 6 months. So that's kind of where we are with it, and we're going to hope for the best. He's settled down. Let me show you. He's balancing on my packet. And there he is. He's settled down. I'm going to go drink my coffee. I've got to go down and get ready to go to work I go down there at about 10 o'clock because I normally sit and do a little bit of work on my laptop first. I need to get changed. I don't actually generally work with clients with Guns N' Roses t-shirts on. I generally wear things a bit more professional than that. I got this when I went to when they were in Wembley, me and, well, my son, my daughter, my husband, we all went up and we watched them in Wembley a few weeks ago. really, really good. We loved it. We had an absolutely great time. My daughter, she loves November Rain, and she got very emotional during that. And it's my most favourite song in the entire world ever. You know, there are some songs that come on and they are no skip songs, and that is my no skip song. So to hear it being played in person was incredible. So yeah, I'll put a couple of pictures up. We didn't go to Oasis. We tried really hard to get the tickets. We tried to get tickets several times. We had the offer of more expensive tickets, like ones we actually got through, and we were like, no, we're not really willing to pay that. So we didn't go to see Oasis, which is a bit sad. Hoping to do Glastonbury. We're going to apply for Glastonbury. Never been. As I said, my daughter's really into music, so we're going to try for Glastonbury, which will be an experience. I'm wondering if we can actually do it by hiring accommodation there, so we have a toilet. That might sound really bougie and really snobby, but it is what it is. I'll own that, if we can have our own toilet. So anyway, gonna go drink my coffee before it gets cold, go get changed, sort it out for work, and then head down to my office, and I'll see you in a bit. So I've just finished. Don't know why I start every video with so. I've just finished. It is now 1 p.m. I am going to go. I hope the fans aren't too loud. I am going to go and pick up the food shop. I do the online, so it's literally just going, put it in the back of the car. I don't have the time anymore to actually go around a supermarket. That feels like it would be a bit of a holiday actually. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I actually went round and did an actual food shop. So I'm going to head down there now. It's quite a weird day. It's like really grey over one area and then blue sky and sunny the next minute. Very strange. Very strange. So that's what I'm going to go do. I've just finished my clients for this morning, so get that, take it home, unpack it. Don't know how much I'm going to be able to unpack because of heading out with the dog again, and then I've got to go back up. Well, not back up, but I'm going to my office to go do my in-person clients for this evening. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do. And then when I finish work there, I finish at 7, and then I am driving home. And again, by the time I get in, it's like nearly 8 o'clock. Normally my husband will have got home, he will have made dinner for everyone, so I haven't got to do that. Sorry, I'm just turning up. It's really cold, the aircon's brutal, and it's not that cold out there. Hot, it's like 21 out there. Yeah, it's and then we usually watch something easy. We're really into Below Deck. I don't know if anyone is even watching, but we watch Below Deck. We quite like it. It's something quick and easy to put on. Doesn't matter if we're falling asleep, you can kind of keep up with the plot. So that's what my evening generally looks like, and I'll talk to you again in a bit. I appreciate the lighting isn't great, but what I've done is just put on some white jeans, belt, loafers, just something a bit more smart, but still casual. I think it's really important to always be quite casual, and comfortable is the main thing. So I'm going to now head up to my office, and I'm going to be there for a couple of hours, and in the meantime sort of my son and my husband will get home and they'll sort their dinner out. So yeah, this is me leaving. What's the time now? It's about 4 o'clock, so I'm just going to head up to work now.